What's up, everybody? I am just waiting for my guest today. They're having a little bit of technical difficulties, so just bear with us. Hopefully, we can get all this straightened out. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. If anybody is here yet, greatly appreciate it. I'm just going to quickly bring up my YouTube so that way I can tell whether or not we're lagging behind it all today. All right, it says we're live. So yeah, hopefully we're able to get this all situated here shortly. Just waiting for the unknown project. Hopefully, let's see. They're trying to get the link all situated, so hopefully we're able to get this all taken care of. I hope. Bear with us, folks. We're having some difficulties here. Sorry about this, everybody. Things happen sometimes. Technical difficulties. Can't help it sometimes. We can't get the link to work. Uh-oh. Um, Josh's is doing the same as mine. Oh, no. Let me resend it to you and see if for any reason it changes. You might need a laptop or something. All right, bear with us. I'm going to try to resend the link to them. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Oh, that's not it either. Oh, wait a minute. What just happened? Okay.
Can you see us? All right.
Yes, there we go. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. We just were running into an error message on both of our phones.
Yeah.
So I found a workaround.
I had no idea that this whole program was going to do this.
That's okay. Technology, love it, right?
When it works.
Precisely. All right. Well, welcome in, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, anytime. So basically, if there's anybody in the chat today that, maybe isn't familiar with you guys, I'm just going to kind of throw things over to you, let you introduce yourselves and kind of tell everyone who the Unknown Project is.
Well, guys, we're a two-person team, husband and wife. We're based right outside of Gettysburg, about 25 minutes from Gettysburg. We've been doing this pretty much for about 10 plus years now. I grew up in a haunted home, and Mary did as well. And one day we were just watching, I don't know which paranormal show it was.
Mhm.
And I looked at her and I said, "You want to find out if these people are full of it or not?"
I love
And
it.
she said, "Yeah, let's go." I was kind of surprised at the time. We didn't really know that booking Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum for our very first investigation was going right to the top, but we learned real quick after we got there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How did you guys manage to book Trans Allegheny like right out of the gate?
It it just happened that there was a date that was open, and I just snagged it right away. And next thing you know, her and I are there with a night vision camera, which we had no idea what IR illuminators are or anything.
Right.
And we found out real quick that you could barely see your hand a foot and a half in front of the camcorder without an illuminator. Lesson learned.
Right.
We were in the dark.
Literally, I think everything died equipment wise that we had with us except for our last flashlight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lots
Wow.
of valuable lessons that night.
Wow. I can't believe you guys were able to do that like right out of the gate. That's crazy to me.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. Wow. Okay. So you mentioned that you grew up in a haunted house. What was going on there? What was that like?
Well, where my bedroom used to sit was basically a wall where my bed was at. What also was the basement steps coming up. So it was just a
Mhm.
little wall in there in between my room and the steps. And every night around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I would hear footsteps coming up the steps. I lived with my grandmother, and that was it. And she was
Okay.
long asleep.
Sure.
And these steps coming up were old school wooden steps with like a little rubber grip on them. So there's no pets in the house.
Mhm.
There's no mistaken footsteps coming up.
Wow.
And I want to say a few nights a week for years, I would hear footsteps coming up the steps and it would stop right at the door.
Wow.
And like most young kids, I threw a blanket over my head, closed my eyes, and just couldn't wait to fall back asleep.
Right?
And then years later, I finally had enough of it when I was a little snot nosed teen and decided to get up. And I opened up the door and nothing was there.
Wow. Wow.
And then to make a long story short, my family told me my entire life, up to the point I'm about to tell everyone about, that my grandfather died of a heart attack because he died before I was born.
Wow.
No, he took his life in that basement.
So he would be walking up and down those stairs, then that makes a whole lot of sense then.
Yes.
Wow. That's gotta bring you some sort of, comfort in a sense of possibly thinking it may have been him.
I mean, it definitely, it was, how should I say it? A devil you know is better than one you don't.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with you. Wow, that's crazy. So now, what about you? Like, what was your, interest in this field?
Me.
Yeah.
So ever since I was young, I've experienced things. And then after my dad died, I was a kid when he died. Every evening, like the cabinet doors would open and
Okay.
then his
Wow.
recliner would move. It was like every single night, like his routine at night, like get a snack and then sit in the recliner.
Mhm.
And like I grew up in church. Ghosts weren't real, like all that, you know what I
Nope.
mean? So all the things I experienced even before he died, like, oh, that's not a thing, like that's not happening. And then after he passed is when I really like had my eyes open, I guess you can say. And just like my grandma's house too was very old, and I had some experiences in that house as a child as well. So yeah, it was like
Okay.
the I'm gonna say late 1700s, early 1800s.
Wow, super old
Yeah,
house.
yeah. So, and that just, I don't know, I guess both of us experienced death like in our family at a very young age. And it kind of opened the door, I guess you can say.
Mhm.
And it also, like, you're being raised this way, but you're seeing things and hearing things. And it's like, well, wait, that's not true. So then you're curious of what really is happening and what's going on.
Exactly. I think if our field that we're into was more explainable, I don't necessarily think that we would be as interested. We're always
Yeah.
curious as to what happens after death. Like, do people linger? Do their, spirits go somewheres? We are so curious as humans. Like, it's just natural for us.
And I just feel like there's so many unexplainable things. And when you
Mhm.
think you have an answer, it just leads you to something else. Like there's
Exactly.
never like an end, if that makes sense. Because
Yes.
nobody knows it all. And I don't care like how long you've been investigating, like we do not know it all. We don't understand it.
Absolutely.
It's almost like that mythological Greek creature, the Hydra. Every time you cut a head off,
Yeah.
two more grows back in its
Yep.
place. That's paranormal.
Absolutely.
It's open ended. So yeah. And that's why I think like it keeps your interest, like you said, because
Mhm.
there's just so
It's
much.
always changing.
Yep.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you've both had an interest or at least experiences from a young age. So this has been going on for both of you for quite some time, yeah?
Yeah, just officially started investigating years ago, like
Yeah.
10 years ago.
And we investigated for a while before we ever even got on the socials.
Yeah, we just created the
Right.
socials like 2 years ago now.
Yeah, we pretty much got peer pressured by our daughter
Yeah.
to start a social.
Because she's like, what are you guys doing with all your stuff? Like, then she started the socials for us because she's like, you have all this like videos and photos, do something
Yeah.
with it. I was like, okay.
And see where it led you? Like, I had no idea
Yeah.
that there was such a huge community of people until I really got into this and was like, I can't believe how many people there really are.
Yeah. And even like growing up, like when I was a teenager, like after my dad died, because like I grew up in a small town, there wasn't anything like it's country, it's a town. So like we would go to places that were like known to have like encounters and just
Mhm.
weird stuff. So we would go check them out.
Yeah, you shouldn't go here. Well, guess where I'm going next?
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't
Guaranteed.
don't tell
So
me that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's an
just
invite.
I always had an interest.
And you
Yeah,
guys being close to Gettysburg, I mean, have you guys been there often?
We go there a lot. Like that's our go-to to test out new equipment. Or like if we
theories.
haven't gone anywhere, like especially during the winter because it's close, we'll head even though it's
Sure.
freezing outside. That's why I don't like to investigate in the winter because I don't do
For
the cold.
sure.
But we'll still go to Gettysburg and at least get some photos and just hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Gettysburg is perfect for any kind of theories or equipment or, just to get out. We're lucky and, very lucky to be that close.
Yep.
For sure. I'd give anything to go to Gettysburg, so you guys are super lucky.
I've always thought that I take it for granted a little bit to where, it's this close. It's like, Gettysburg, let me go somewhere else. But
Right.
I love history. And I
Yep.
think part of it is the fact that I've been taken there from grade school on field trips.
Same.
And
Gotcha.
we've probably investigated it 40 or 50 times out on the battlefields at least.
I think we did take it for
Wow.
granted because, like you said, like we've been going since we were kids, like with school.
Sure.
That it's we don't really realize the gem we have right in our backyard.
Right? You guys have a lot of places in Pennsylvania alone. Um,
Yes.
have you guys made a trip to Penhurst yet?
Oh, yes.
We've done there
Really?
probably 10 or 11 investigations there.
Penhurst is always a good one.
Our first date was there.
Yeah.
Stop
Not
it.
for ghost hunting,
Really?
but the Halloween attractions because they have one of the best Halloween attractions.
So we went
Bro,
there for our very first date. That's why it'll always be special to us.
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Dude, that's a great move.
And then Eastern State Halloween attraction was our second date.
which I just
Really?
posted a picture of us for our anniversary where the zombie photo bombs us, and
Gotcha.
that's at Eastern.
Yep. So that's another good one
Man,
where you can't investigate it anymore.
No, no,
what?
unfortunately not.
No, so they stopped doing investigations a while ago, like over 10 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, you can rent it out for like photos. You can do an audio tour, which the audio tour is really good. Like you
Yes.
can take pictures and you walk around the whole facility and, listen to all the history and you get to see Al Capone's cell and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's still definitely worth visiting for either the haunted attraction or the history tour.
I just like going. It's a beautiful building. Like like
Right?
I don't know if you ever been there or not,
I
but like
haven't.
so you're downtown in Philly and there's just this big wall because that's the prison. It's like right in the
Right.
middle
Yeah, you
of the
come
city.
right over a hill and you see homes and businesses, and all of a sudden there's this medieval castle
Yeah,
sitting there.
Right. I can't believe I had no idea that they didn't do paranormal investigations anymore.
not anymore. No.
We definitely would be coming to everybody live from Eastern.
Right? I don't so
Iconic place.
I'm a little caught off guard by that because I mean I've seen these paranormal shows within the last 10 years that they're having these people be able to go in there, but I'm sure that money talks
Money
and
Yep,
talks.
exactly. Yep.
They could throw a couple grand at the problem and
Who
get their
knows?
way. But
wow.
yeah, because we would love to be there.
But we are fortunate. Like even PA, like we have so much here, and then we have Ohio surrounding.
Mhm.
Then we have West Virginia,
You
New
Mhm.
got
York.
That state penitentiary. I used to live in New
Yeah.
York.
Oh, really? Like we're
Yeah.
surrounded by a bunch of good states that have a lot of stuff, so
Yep.
we're lucky.
Yeah, we
I, I
definitely are.
I didn't know it at the time when I was in New York, but I lived at one point like a half an hour away from Rolling Hills Asylum, the Hinsdale House,
Wow.
and a few other locations around those areas. I didn't
Wildwood.
find out. Yeah. I keep hearing about that, and that's not one that I'm 100% familiar with.
It's I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation, but Salamanca, New York. Salamanca, New
I
York.
don't know how to say it either.
I'd have
It's
to
about
really look it up to just see.
It's literally right over the border of PA,
and
though.
it's about 25 minutes from the Hinsdale house.
Okay. Well, I was probably close to that area,
Yeah.
which is so weird that I can't figure that one out. But yeah, I didn't know it at the time until I left. I was like, I didn't know.
Right there.
Yeah. I would give anything to go back and go into like Rolling Hills and the Hinsdale House. That's two for me that are way up on my
Hinsdale.
list. Yeah.
Hinsdale is on our list too. It books out. Is that the one that books out like really quick and far?
Yeah, it's
Probably.
definitely because
Yeah, I believe it too.
we've tossed around the idea of doing back to back Wildwood and then Hinsdale House
Hmm.
on different occasions. But every time we think about it and we look at the dates and then the availability, it just never seems to line up.
Nope.
Absolutely. So, out of the places that you guys have been so far, what would you say maybe ranks like up high for you guys as far as the activity goes?
Tala for me.
Yeah. The medical building in Trans Allegheny, there's not
Okay.
another building more haunted or more active in this country than that building.
It's consistently active, and every time we go back, I feel like it's even more active. I don't know if it remembers us, because here's one of those things like, what's
Who
true, like
knows?
how do things work? I just know like because we go at least once a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
This will be our
Yeah,
sixth
since our first time. Yeah.
trip back to Tala.
Wow.
And it's almost like Tala's a one upper. That
Right?
friend that always got to one up you. Well, it always one ups its last performance. It's like, oh, I got a curveball for you. Here we go.
I
It's my
mean,
favorite place.
they do say that it is the most haunted place in America.
I agree.
Yeah,
Now there's a ton of places we haven't been to yet because like unfortunately we haven't stuck to like Pennsylvania and the surrounding states.
Gotcha.
I like really want to see some of these other
Yeah.
big places that are, supposed to be one of the most haunted in America, to see how they rank with Tala, just because all the experiences we've had at Tala. And we've had
Mhm.
so many captures
Oh, I
at
mean,
Tala, like on video.
getting growled at by a shadow figure.
Yeah, so like I heard the growl with my own ears. Josh didn't hear it, only I did. But we got it on camera, like the audio, and then we didn't know this until we're viewing. After the growl, and a black shadow figure immediately was at the doorway.
It could have touched me.
Yeah,
Wow.
but we didn't see it.
That's
Yep.
insane. Have you guys ever been like physically touched by anything?
Yeah, I was at, so it was the forensics building at Trans Allegheny. So you have like the main building, which is like the beautiful, huge part. And then
Sure.
out back, you have the med building. So it's like the medical building, forensics, and then geriatrics. Forensics building actually held a lot of the prisoners from Moundsville Penitentiary, which is
Mhm.
another great location, one of my other
Mhm.
favorites. And so I didn't know this at the time, but so that building, it's a totally different feel, and it makes sense to me now because the prisoners used to be held there.
Sure.
But I've been like it pulled my hair first, and then it scratched me on the top of my head. And like that building, yeah, that scared me. I don't like to be touched. And I've never been scratched before, and I always see it happen on TV, and I'm always like, does it really burn? Like, are they
Right.
dramatic? It
Right.
burns. It burns.
Wow. Well,
I
at least
remember that
now,
because I was like, okay, they were not bullshitting. Like, this
yeah.
does hurt.
That
But that building, like, they will ping pong you around because it's like a lengthy building with like, I don't
okay.
know, it's like levels, kind of like the stairway, how it works. And, you'll be on this side and you hear a noise from over there. So you walk the whole way over. As soon as you get there, a noise comes from where you came from.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that one night, it literally had us back and forth like 12 times. I'm
felt
like,
like
that's it. I'm done.
I felt like I ran a marathon.
I'm
I just went
sure.
to the one end of the building and sat down and was like, I'm right here.
And I think that's the same night that when I said I'm done, you were like, okay, I'll go check it out. And I was live. So my camera showed like in my live footage 100%, like my light was 100%. As soon as he walked away and left me in that area, my light died. So I was left in the dark.
Yeah.
And then my camera started like glitching, like doing all this like weird stuff. Yeah.
And it
And
was
I
a
was like,
brand new cam.
okay.
So
Brand
So you're
new.
gonna leave me in the dark.
it was more active when you guys were separated then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll mess with her.
Yeah,
lot
they
more.
do.
I'm sure.
Yep. That was
Wow.
separate from when I got scratched. That was after the time I got scratched.
Yeah.
Because I was a little scared, like when my light died and I'm alone, I'm like, oh my
Sure.
gosh, like something
Yeah.
better not come up on me.
Yeah, that night
Wow.
we had some serious battery drainage
Yeah.
where she lost both of her lights that should have been even at the bare minimum about 4 hours of
Yep.
go time. They were both done in an hour and a half.
Yep.
Wow.
We had to have a battery pack hooked up to your cell phone
Yeah.
almost the first hour we're there.
Yeah, like I
Wow.
always make sure my phone's 100% when we get to a place. Like I charge it the whole car ride, everything.
Mhm.
And Tala is never failing. Like
Yeah.
within an hour, stuff's done. The
Yeah.
batteries are done.
I would love to go to Trans Allegheny.
You need to if you
Yes.
I
can.
know. I know. I just unfortunately I work pretty much all week long, and so therefore traveling is
It's
it
hard.
doesn't it doesn't happen for me. I'm a
Yep.
one-man show, so I don't have other people with me that are able to, help me out.
Well, if you ever want to collab,
Yeah,
because we go once a year, so
Yeah.
yeah. I'm already looking at next year.
yeah.
Come on out to Colorado. There's a few places out here, one of which I've been to. I personally didn't have an experience at this location, but then again, it doesn't mean that there's nothing there. It just means that it wasn't my night.
Right. Yeah. Because that happens. That means you got to go back. That's what we always do.
Now, if
They-
two strikes,
Oh, I know. Where was it?
The Stanley.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. They wanted like $400 per night. And I was like, that's out of my personal budget. That's not going to
Yeah,
happen. So yeah, there's no way I'm willing to pay that for right now.
I want to go there so bad.
We talked
Yeah.
of flying out there for my birthday and spending the weekend out at the Stanley.
It's
I
hard for
mean,
us
it's
too with
worth it. It's
work.
just expensive. Yeah.
It's difficult because it's like our and then so some places too with privates anymore, they won't even do Saturdays or Fridays because they save them for publics, and it makes it even more difficult because it's like, well, now if we want to go, we have to take off work.
Like 3
Yep.
days for an
Yep.
investigation.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
come on, man.
Yeah.
I feel you. I get it.
Yep.
So I'm curious, when you guys were at either Trans-Allegheny or Pennhurst, were you guys ever scared out of the building?
You know, me, Tala, yes. So
Okay.
the growl, like it's literally there's footage of me where I'm like, oh no, I think I said like F this, and I start like
Yep.
booking out.
Yep.
Because it happened when we said goodnight to everybody.
We were
cutting
leaving.
out. Or I would have been there if I would have saw the shadow figure. It would have taken an act of God to get me out of that hallway.
But no,
I
you don't.
love it.
Like I
love
don't
it.
run, so it's not like I run out of these places. I run when there's
Right.
bats though.
She-
But like I'm getting to the point where it's like I need to go outside. Like I need to leave this place. I need a little bit. It's happened a few times.
and that's
For
normally
sure.
my cue that I need to
He
go
goes
right back
in.
in alone.
I love that. I love like your tenacity to like go after it. I love that, dude.
That's what he'll do though. He'll walk me outside and then he's like, all right, I'm going back in. I'm like, okay, I'm outside. I'm okay.
Yeah, when she got scratched, I went back into the building alone, and
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much called out whoever did it. And I said, you better hope I can't travel when I cross to the other side, or I'm showing up here daily and whooping you for the rest of eternity
That's awesome.
if you
So
touch
that
my wife again. And that was the last time she got touched at
We're
Tallow.
gonna knock on wood. We go back to Tala November 8th.
Yep.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. We'll be live on TikTok and Facebook. So
In
Okay.
that hallway.
remember that date.
Okay.
It's
Send
gonna
me
be
anything and I will absolutely do
All
everything I
right.
can to help you
It's
guys share
just like
everything
I
out.
can't wait. Like I always get so excited for Tala.
yeah, there's no replacing it for us.
For
Just
sure.
like there's no really replacing of Pennhurst or Gettysburg or we have a few places that are slightly lesser known, but that we feel are highly underrated.
Hillview Manor.
Hillview Manor
That's in PA.
Mm,
and
yep.
Fort Mifflin.
Yep, Fort Mifflin too.
I've heard a
Mifflin's
lot
great.
about Fort Mifflin.
That's
Haven't been there,
awesome
but
because I'm glad because some people never did. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so old, like number
Mhm.
one. And it's a huge part of history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was a prison during the Civil War. It's the fort that saved America. It held off the
Mhm.
British Navy so Washington could make it to Valley
Didn't
Forge.
they walk from Gettysburg to Fort
Yeah.
Mifflin? Could you
Yes.
imagine that back then?
Yeah.
I mean, what other
They were
choice did you
built
have back
differently.
then? Yeah. You
It's
didn't
not
have a
like
choice.
Yeah.
like, sorry, sir, I need to put some insoles in my
Oh
boot.
my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
Good luck.
You'd have got shot.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah,
Left
they
for
did. They
dead.
walked from Gettysburg to Mifflin. It's like, wow. Like, because I know what our drive is from there
Yep.
to Mifflin.
Yep.
We'd be on the side of the road.
Mhm.
Literally. But those two places are definitely, we feel, highly underrated.
Hillview is always a good one too. I like to go there once a year.
Yeah,
Hillview's got an interesting story to it.
Yes.
I know people are always talking about Roy, always capturing this gigantic looking shadow figure, hearing, children or some of the nurses even. It's definitely on my list as well.
We got an EVP. Was it in room 222 or 202?
Room 202.
202. I was doing an Estes session, and when we were reviewing footage, there was a clear EVP. It says "mommy." It broke my heart when Josh had me
Wild.
listen to it. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it's clear "mommy," and it's like, "Wow."
Wild.
And there
Yeah.
supposedly two children's spirits they had rooms right around the corner pretty much on the same
Mm.
floor. So that, like, it breaks my heart every time I hear it because it sounds just like a child.
Another good story, how you said if anything ever made you like get up and like get out of a place. I didn't get out of a place, but it was Penhurst, the tunnel. So
Okay.
Josh is under Estes, so blindfolded, headphones. He can't see me. He can't hear anything but the spirit box. And we're sitting in the tunnel by Skippy's door. I don't know if you know the story of
I'm
Skippy.
familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm asking, like, I think I said, Skippy, are you still here? And back in that room where his door is, there was this loud drag and like slam. Like it sounded like something huge metal was dragged and slammed. I jumped and I'm like, Josh, and then of course, he's blindfolded, headphones. I go over and like rip the headphones off of his head.
She said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "No, I didn't hear
How?
anything."
How?
Yeah, that got me too because I literally jumped up. I was like, what was that?
Yeah, that
Because
was
you can't get in that room. Because they
Right.
have the door blocked in the tunnel and there's no access to it. They have it blocked off. So
it's
I have
bold.
no explanation.
I can only
Yeah,
imagine already being in the tunnel, pitch black, can't see anything, and
Yep.
then putting a blindfold and headphones on. Like, great. I'm like, this is awesome.
And the most recent time we were there too, they have like those metal, not metal, the plastic flaps hanging like in the doorways in the tunnel. Like, like at a grocery store, the meat freezers, the coolers, they have those like flaps
Yes.
that you walk through. So
Yep.
they have those out of nowhere. It was like 106 degrees. It was like the hottest day of the summer last year. It like got really cold in the tunnel, like a breeze, and those flaps were going back and forth. Like something was
Wow.
walking back and forth. Yes. We got that on camera too.
and we even pulled up the most powerful wind gust of that day recorded in Pennsylvania was 3 miles an hour.
But like you're down in the tunnel, like it was just crazy because
No,
it was so
there's no
hot and it
way.
was cold and just those things were moving. I'm like, wow, okay.
And that breeze would have to turn around two corners
Yeah.
and go
Right.
about another 100 yards or 75 yards to even get to those flaps.
That's
So
insane.
Yeah, that was a good time too.
our last trip there, I think I was still setting up my camera in the Rockwell Tunnel, and I wasn't in there 10 minutes and already got told to get out.
Yeah, that was a
Wow.
EVP.
That was a record for me. Normally
What do
it
you
takes
do when you
them.
guys get told that? Do you actually like respect it and go, or
Well,
do you guys stay?
so if we like ask over like a spirit box or something, we'll leave that room, but we're not like
Okay.
leaving the place. Like we paid for the place for the night. Like we'll
Sure.
always say, all right, we'll leave the area because we did ask and you answered, so you get what you want. You know what I
For
mean?
But
sure.
that we didn't hear till
No.
you. But that same night down in the Candyland, it was real
Oh yeah.
quiet down there for a little bit, and I brought the kids' coloring books as a trigger object. I try and always bring when I know there's kid spirits, toys, whatever. And I said, if you make a noise, I'll go up and I'll get these coloring books I got for you. Crickets, nothing.
Hmm.
I said, you make a loud knocking or bang noise, I will pack up my stuff. And I said, I don't speak for anybody else in this room, but I
Right.
will pack my stuff up and I will leave here for the night. Within 10 seconds of me finishing saying that, we got a loud bang. And I said, all right,
Yep.
you have a good night. You're not getting your coloring books.
What? Oh,
Well,
darn.
did they say get out in Candyland too before?
They've told me 3 times now to get out in Candyland.
I thought so, yeah.
Wow. So they really don't want people down there then.
No, and we even got it was in Candyland the hall on the therm, that like figure.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we kept hearing noises behind us, like in the hallway that takes you to the Candyland room.
Hmm.
And he has a therm and he got it out, and there was like a figure standing outside because like we kept hearing noises, like what is going on out in the hallway?
A friend of ours had a DSLR camera on a tripod sitting out there,
Hmm.
and it was sort of obstructing the door from the angle that I was sitting at.
Okay.
But I kept seeing a cold spot. It started as a cold spot on the other side of his camera. And
Hmm.
eventually it started to look like head and a shoulders of
Yep.
like a kid peeking over top of it.
So it
Yeah.
wasn't very tall then.
Nope.
No, okay.
Maybe 4,
Yeah.
4.5 feet, maybe max,
Yep.
I
give or
mean,
take.
I feel that.
And that was we heard our feet shuffling, we
Yep.
heard walking out there, like, and it just
Very
happened.
noisy.
Very, very noisy. And I thought I was seeing stuff at first, because anybody that's used a therm, like, there's some matrixing, and
Sure.
I'm like sitting there rubbing my
Glitching.
eyes. It's at, whatever time in the middle of the night. And I'm like, there's no way this is happening. I'm seeing stuff. And I called 2 other people over and I was like, look at this. Tell me if I'm crazy. They saw it
Right.
too.
Wow. So I wanted to ask, what is your favorite piece of equipment that you've either, used or, at least heard about, or maybe what's like your least favorite?
My favorite's the EMF tripwire. And
Okay.
then we don't have one, but Dead Thou, we got to use one at Moundsville this summer,
Okay.
and I want to get
It
one.
went crazy for us.
Yeah, like it actually scared me as I never used one before, and we were sitting there asking questions, and it just like went
Ding,
crazy,
ding,
like
ding.
off
Wow.
repeatedly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, that's awesome. And I like it because it's a bell, so it's
Right.
like you literally have to, yeah,
Touch it. Yeah.
yeah,
I think my favorite, at least my favorite piece of equipment to use, is I always carry this old school full spectrum camera in my back pocket.
Mhm.
And I just, I carry my camcorder around on a tripod, and I'll drop it and I'll just kind of walk around and just snap photos in an area. And I've had more luck with this, $100, it looks like a piece of junk, but
Right.
it's been working for 10 years, and I've
Right.
caught in some serious stuff with that thing.
yeah. The day that
Ha-
goes, you're gonna be upset.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna
Right.
bury it.
Have you guys ever tried like a Polaroid camera? I've definitely been told like certain films will pick up certain things that we can't see.
We've heard that too, because especially because like the old Polaroids, like some spirits, like they're familiar.
That's
You
her.
know, like,
Mhm.
exactly. They're like, oh, what are these cell phones? You know what I
Yeah. Right.
mean?
Yeah, well, actually, kind of funny when you said about cell phones. At Tallow, we got a EVP, the one I think we were in. Was it in the cooler?
I
And
think so.
I sat down in an EMF detector on the one chair, and we get a voice that says, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Hmm.
In a real like
Like
whiskey,
curious, like what's that?
yeah, like kind of excited or intrigued.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's a piece of equipment that we're not used to.
Yeah. Like what is
Yeah, what
that?
is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Project Fear. If you guys
Yeah,
have you seen when their phone actually got a phone call on it and it was nothing but screeching?
Yeah.
That freaked me out so bad.
I
I
don't know
was
what
like,
I would do.
how is that possible?
Exactly. I don't know how it's possible either.
I'd probably send it to voicemail by accident.
You
Right?
wouldn't care. You'd have your phone
Yeah,
on
I'd have
silent.
my phone on silent.
Who are you
That'd be
kidding?
hilarious. We get an EVP complaining about me never answering my
Voicemail.
phone.
Right? I don't know if you guys are able to see the chat, but Darkness
No, I
Rose
can't.
said spirits will recognize you every time you go to a place constantly. I
See,
couldn't agree more.
that's my
Yep.
thoughts. We can't see the comments, but that's just from over the years of going back to places repeatedly. I kind of do feel like that. Same with Fort Mifflin. We've been to Fort Mifflin a lot, and I feel like each time we go back, it's a little more. I don't know how to word it.
They remember us.
They're more willing
To-
to
Sure.
communicate.
Sure. That's
I mean,
understandable.
at the Rainsworth Lodge, we got Unknown Project over the Spirit Box.
Yeah, which was really weird,
I mean,
right?
that's words
Okay.
that even if we picked up a radio station by
We're
accident,
not on the radio.
those
Right?
2 words in, back to back, what are the chances of that? And it was right after
Um,
something followed us home.
Yeah,
oh,
that was the first time and gonna be the last time because I did not like that. I like to investigate, but I do not want to live with it.
can I ask what happened or no?
Sure. So we were at the Rainsworth. It was a couple days. I was having like really weird dreams, like for a week after we were there, like scary dreams of like this kid, this little girl, like in our hallway. And I'm like telling her to leave. And she's like screaming at me, no, I'm not leaving. And then she would go into our son's room and then just disappear. And yeah, like I was having those dreams repeatedly.
I
And
just got
then it was like after a
goosebumps.
week of that, I was trying to go to sleep and I heard a noise like out in the kitchen. So I go check, nothing there, go back to bed. Noise in the dining room, get up again, nothing there, go back to bed. Now we have a noise in the living room. So I went out and I checked. I'm like, all right, well, nothing's going on. I went back to bed. Then I heard a noise downstairs. So now I have to go downstairs. And I got down here and I was like, whatever you are, stop. I need to go to sleep. Like, leave me alone. Stop. I went back to bed. It stopped. And the next morning, I think I called you at work and I'm like, because he goes to work really early. I was
Right.
like, you need to like sage tonight. Like something is in here. Like I was up for a while last night. It would not let me sleep. And you came home, we saged, prayed, and it was gone. Like it didn't happen ever again.
And then we went back to the Rainsworth,
Yeah.
and it said unknown project right after I turned on the spirit box in the basement. And then it started, I almost like a sinister type laugh
Yeah.
came over. What I said to him, I said, so it was a spirit that followed us home here. And I got the laugh. And I said to it, I said, you weren't laughing when I kicked your ass out of this house. I said, come back and see what happens again.
Wow.
We got really lucky as I know, like I've heard horror stories of like people of like stuff following them home. So I'm
Right.
glad like that's all I experienced because yeah, like I'm a scaredy cat sometimes, like especially in my home. Like I'm trying to sleep. Like this is my comfort. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
I don't want like I know our family, like I know like my mom, my deceased mom, she definitely visits me a lot. And I know that because only one dog ever met her. The others we got after she passed away.
Yep.
He
Mhm.
gets like really happy and like stares while the others are barking like in that direction. Like and I'm like, okay, she's here. So
I
and like that
definitely think
night when it was like I was like, all right, well, this is not my mom doing stuff. So who is
right.
this? Like get
Right.
out.
I definitely think that animals can like see and sense things that we can't.
Agree.
A few weeks ago, I posted a short on I think TikTok and YouTube or whatever, and I was using my grandfather's bear that we made from his shirt. And as
Okay.
soon as I put my K2 meter next to it, it freaked out. And all of a sudden, my dogs, I have three of them, all of them were starting to bark and like
Wow.
growl. I've never heard them like growl. And they
That's
were going
interesting,
crazy.
especially because like your meter went off with the shirt. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That means he's visiting you.
Yeah, I was completely caught off guard by that. I in no way thought anything was going to happen. And it just started going nuts. I was like, wow. I did the same thing with my dog's ashes. I did put the K2 meter on it, walked away from it, and it just started pinging. It's
Somebody's
crazy.
visiting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Man. So, where are you guys wanting to visit? Like, what's on your list as far as like, most desired places for you guys to go check out?
Well, if I'm gonna stay stateside,
Hmm.
because I have a quite extensive list over in the UK and
Yeah, that's a
Ireland.
dream list.
Oh,
Uh,
I would love to one day.
I either one day the catacombs in Paris
Paris.
with
Yep.
or Huska Castle that supposedly built over a gateway to hell.
Nobody knows about Huska Castle. I've never heard another person tell. Sorry,
He
tell me
does.
about that.
He's like
I
the
got so
history
excited just
nerd.
now. I love history, man.
I want
So
to spend the night in there alone,
right.
just
Also,
right in there, just seeing what happened. I mean, obviously, I agitate spirits, so if there's something there, it's going to be pissed at me eventually.
Right? That the Tower of London, Edinburgh,
Yep.
you name it. There's so many places over in like Europe and the UK that are just so much more rich in history that we don't have
Exactly.
here.
Exactly. It's so much older.
They have like pieces of furniture that are older than our oldest
Yeah.
cities in America.
Yep, for sure.
Now, stateside, if there was one place that I really wanted to go to, I'd say it was Waverly.
Okay.
It still might be Waverly.
Gotcha.
Waverly or Harriman Hospital /
Yeah,
Old
I
South
wanna go
Pittsburgh.
there.
Yep.
Really-
I'm familiar.
And if it's wintertime and you ask me, anywhere in St. Augustine, Florida, would be
Florida.
I'm trying to
The
go
lighthouse.
there.
I used to live in Florida as well.
Oh, I wish.
So what's your choice of stateside?
Well,
Yeah.
obvious, my like dream place is the Winchester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if I could go anywhere,
Yeah, because that place, I mean, I
I would
get
be
lost.
lost,
I
but
get
it's
lost all the
okay.
time.
I
So
think we'd
there
all
I'm
get lost
doomed.
there, right?
I'd be there for a
I
week.
know, like when we go to a new place or we haven't been to a place, when we were at Moundsville in the summer, we haven't been there in like 5 years
Yeah.
or 6 years. I was like, oh my, I don't remember how to get to this part. Like, because I was by myself. Like, I actually started off doing a solo that
Right.
night. Yeah, I
That's a
did.
crazy way to go.
I know, like I'm getting braver some nights.
You
There you
are.
go.
And but I was on live and our buddy from Ohio, he like hopped on like camera with me like how you are and like well, like, go right, Mary, like tell me where to go. So like I don't remember how to get to the cell blocks.
And that
Wow.
night I got 2 solos because everybody
Yeah.
that was watching us on the live wanted me to do an Estes session. So I did one alone down in the Sugar Shack, and then did one, I want to say maybe an hour later down in Solitary.
And then you were by
Man.
yourself because I got sick. It was an hour, like our last hour. We were in what cell block is it? We're red. Is it south? I always forget which cell block.
I forget.
It's red cell block, so it's like the
I know
bad,
of it. I just don't know like which
like
one
the
it is
bad
off the
people,
top of my
right?
head.
Like the worst.
Well, they're all bad.
Well, okay,
Yeah, right. They're in
there's
there for a
levels to
reason.
bad, okay. But we were in that and on the spirit box session because I asked like what happened to you. I forget like what I asked, like how did you pass? And it said liver. And did it say cancer?
hmm
And I got so sick, like to my stomach. I had to leave and like I just did not feel well. And so I had him walk me out and I felt better a little bit after sitting outside. And I was like, you know what? I'm just done for the night. It was only like an hour left. So then you were off by your own on yourself.
Oh yeah.
By yourself.
I had to go around and visit a few places. Well, that and I had to gather equipment.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
like to
think
do that.
that's where I think I would call it a night at like feeling that ill to where you really can't actually go on. I
Yep.
think, even if I was to get scratched or touched, I'd probably get agitated to the point to where like it makes me want to go after it more.
Yeah.
But to just have that, reaction, I think that's where I would call it.
Yeah, like it just, I was so sick, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they say liver cancer, and I'm sick. Like, 'cause people with liver cancer, like they're very sick to their stomach. It's like your liver,
Mhm.
stomach, they're all hand in hand. And it's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sitting outside because I do not feel well right now.
Right?
Moundsville did not disappoint.
Oh, I'm
Moundsville is
sure.
amazing.
I want to go to Ohio Reformatory there.
We did
OSR,
OSR last February.
How was it?
I think,
freezing.
well, yeah, it was 9 degrees.
And it was like an ice skating rink inside. It was pretty scary, like a lot. Yeah. I don't know, like it's an amazing building, and of course, like Shawshank, like it's just iconic.
Right.
But it really, I don't know, it wasn't that active for us. And
Hmm.
it's so expensive. I don't think we'll ever go back.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, I could.
I'm glad we went though. Like we
Right.
crossed it off the list. We were there. We got pictures.
I mean, we legitimately could rent Penhurst out 3 times as a private, and it would be the same price as one night at OSR.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Wow.
Penhurst isn't cheap.
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wow, I had
But-
no idea. I know Waverly's getting that way with prices.
Well, OSR is over 3,000.
Yeah, it's like pushing 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pretty soon it's gonna price itself out for us for
So we
dogs.
went, we're
Like, did I just
done.
pay the mortgage for this place? Like, for real.
But I got to see her jump finally on an investigation.
Oh,
She
There
got
you
scared
go.
by a cardboard cutout
It
of
was-
Morgan Freeman. Made my day.
because I had no idea. I've never been in there. And like, I thought it was like a person, like a whole spirit, you know what I mean? There was a cutout. I was like, oh my gosh.
Right?
I jumped though.
But we did have one very interesting experience at OSR. I got hissed at in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
an audible hiss. It legit,
We-
if we would have been out in the woods, I would have been looking for a snake.
And this
Right.
is February. It was like negatives. It was like really cold. It was 2 winters ago now.
Yeah.
It was like that really bad winter where we had like a lot of ice and stuff. Like Ohio and Pennsylvania's weather is kind of the same. It was so cold. Like there was no snake in that building. And like, cause I
course
remember
not.
I'm hearing it and everybody else was hearing. I'm like, what is hissing?
Right.
And then
Wow,
it
that's
stopped.
wild.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
I mean, it's definitely got my attention because it's the first time I ever heard anything like that
Yeah.
For
know.
sure.
Yeah.
live in the moment. Well, a lot of the times you find stuff out after you're, a week later after you're gone from a location.
know
It's
you
like,
heard
man, I really wish I'd have known that at the time.
I'm usually the one that hears the stuff because I'm a true believer and we're not all meant to hear something.
Right.
And
Right.
it happens a lot where I hear it, but Josh doesn't. But thank goodness the audio captures what I heard. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then, so poor you, though. Why am I not hearing this stuff?
For
Yeah, I
sure.
want to hear it. I want to hear it all.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question for you. You had mentioned in certain locations getting responses from children. Now, do you always think that it is an actual child, or do
Nope.
you think it is something else?
So we're strong believers that it's not. But Hillview, when I did get the kid, I'm pretty sure that was the kid just because it has history of children.
Sure.
But you are definitely
I'm
on the edge.
very skeptical of that. Like, I'm gonna say her situation, I would agree. The history of 3 children's spirits there for years,
And we've been to Hillview so many times. It's definitely
but anywhere else that we would go, if I would hear a child's spirit, I'm thinking it's something trying to kind of
Get your
throw us
guard
off.
down. Yeah.
yep.
Just like when you hear demon over a spirit box or an EVP, who are you trying to convince, me or you? Like, if
Right.
you were really a demon, you ain't advertising that.
No.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of where I stand most of the time, anyways. Again, like you said, there are maybe certain locations that it's more plausible to think that if it's like a child's orphanage, I would then be like,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Over like a hospital or, a prison for that matter.
Yeah,
Yep.
like Penhurst makes sense. Child,
Yeah, because a lot
Yeah.
of kids were there too.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
Gettysburg Orphanage.
Yep.
Like places like that. But if I heard a child's voice that say OSR,
No.
Right.
I
Yeah,
call,
that doesn't
I
make
call
any
BS
sense.
immediately.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or Tala for that fact. Even though they were lobotomizing kids as young as 6 there.
Yeah.
But
Bella's history is horrible.
we haven't really had any experiences with
No.
children's spirits there
Not that
at all.
No.
Well, that's
know.
good to hear.
Yeah, because I always get so sad, like the places that, because those kids, like nobody deserved that, but
course
especially
not.
kids.
Of course
Like
not.
it's just horrible things that happened.
There's
Friends out
go ahead, sorry.
Trans-Allegheny, before, in case we don't get back to it, they do something that no other location does that I absolutely love. They give everybody that's there, even if you're on a public investigation,
I'll be right back.
you actually get commit or admitted, and they give you paperwork with a designation of what you were admitted for.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
want
I thought it
paperwork
was.
stating that I'm insane.
I'm gonna be able to read it, but
Oh,
I'm gonna show this to you. So this is
Yeah.
from Tala. This is all the admittance reasons, like that they would admit people back then.
I
Like
can't
I don't
believe you
know if I
have
can
that.
put- Right. It's like there's so many. Like there, I'm gonna read a couple that are just absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
So bad company,
Yeah.
asthma,
I'm
brain
in.
fever, a dog bite. I'm trying to find some
there was
funny
one
ones.
kicked in the head by a horse.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Wasn't it like
Immoral life,
menopause?
There's women problems.
Yeah.
laziness.
Menopause.
Where's that one? It was so I was like, I cannot believe that. Oh yeah, time of life it's called. Woman trouble.
Yeah, it's like you could just basically get admitted for anything.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Yeah.
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 And like obviously like smallpox, like stuff
Yep.
like that. But some of these it's like horrible.
Yep. Don't you love where our history was?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, it was really bad. Like it
Yeah.
was honestly
Yeah.
really bad.
yeah.
I mean, just like was it Rolling Hills or Hillview, that literally it was a poor farm and you could just drop your child off there and be like, bye.
That's what happened to Roy at Rolling Hills. Both of
Yes.
them are actually poor farms.
Is it
Yeah.
Tala or another place that husbands would drop their wives off for the weekend? Am I thinking of Tala?
It might be Tala.
Probably.
I'm not sure because I can't remember as we've been to a lot of places. But like, can you imagine? Like, because back then women had no say. So what your
Right.
husband said went. Like, if he tried to drop me off somewhere for a weekend, like I'm tired of her. I need a break for the weekend. Absolutely not.
I'm dropping her off in the main building, but I'm going out to the med buildings personally.
Right. Right.
That's just horrible that that was even a thing. That was allowed. Like,
weekend, like,
that
it's
one
like
couldn't even say that. Okay, well, if you don't want me, you can leave this weekend. Like, go
Right.
somewhere. You don't got to drop me off in an asylum.
it's your wife, a wife sitter.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
ridiculous.
Well, she would have been the one dropping me off, probably, to be honest.
No, because back
I
then, like,
hear
women
you.
had no say.
You would have had say.
There's a location to the state next to me in Kansas. I was asking about child spirits, and there was a reason for that. So the one that I want to go to is in Kansas next to me, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Sally House.
I've heard, yeah.
So that one, I actually did a video of that not long ago, and I really don't believe that that is a little girl. That's just my own opinion.
Agreed.
I don't believe it is either. There's actually, I'm going to have to check my messages, but a follower sent me a message on Facebook about a place that she said is way more haunted than the Stanley in Colorado, and she's actually a guide there.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
I'll send it to you because it might be a
Yeah.
place you can visit.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me anything you got.
Yeah, she said, I don't know if you ever heard of this one. And I said, no, you just made my day because now I can add this to my list of locations.
Right? There's actually another location here in Colorado, and I'm waiting until probably next summer to make a trip down there because it's going to start getting real cold here soon.
Yeah.
It's down in Denver, and the history behind it, it is a public park, but the history was
I know
that
where it's going.
are you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where the cemetery was moved, but not really.
But it wasn't moved. They were
Yeah,
like,
how messed up is that?
so
And-
yeah.
they got paid, I believe, per body on the
Yes.
move, and they were
Yes.
just literally chopping up bodies and putting them in children's caskets.
Yes.
I
And
remember
he
you telling me
did.
this.
It's
That's
called
some,
Cheeseman Park. And the guy that was behind, supposedly moving all of these bodies, he would put them, like you said, into smaller caskets to save money. And
Horrible.
then he did such a bad job. The town came to him and was like, never mind, leave it alone. Like, we will just rebury, all the body parts that are strewn along, and we'll just pave over everything. And to this day, there is still between 2,500 and 5,000 bodies still buried in that public park. So my goal is next summer to get down there to do a full investigation of it.
That would be awesome.
it's
Yep.
similar to Lake Lanier down in Georgia.
Oh God, yeah. Let's get into Lake Lanier. I
I
want to
want to
go
go
there
camping there, but
so
she
I'm
won't
bad.
let me.
not. You can. I don't care. I'm not going.
People have claimed that if you actually get into the water, you will feel something grab you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, how
saw
terrifying.
an interview. This one woman was training for. She was like, I don't want to say she was a professional athlete, but she was up there where she was training for a competition, and she said that she got yanked under, and she practiced at Lake Lanier every day for years.
I know that.
How creepy is that?
I would not.
You had to be swimming, doing your normal routine. You've done it, hundreds, if not thousands of times. You're not thinking, and all
Right.
of a sudden you get ripped underwater. I mean, that'll get your attention if anything will.
I mean, first thing I would definitely think, is there any sort of freshwater, any sort of, alligators
Alien,
or
Oh, I
something?
didn't even think about that.
but they supposedly didn't even move all the headstones out of there,
They
let
didn't.
alone the bodies.
The headstones are there. There are still some structures that the town, it just kind of enveloped the town.
Just flooded it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
government said eminent domain or whatever, and we're annexing this.
Yep.
We'll move everything. Yeah, okay.
That's horrible.
So what is like your favorite type of place to investigate out of all the different, types of locations? Do you have a favorite?
I like asylums.
Okay.
Asylums for me as well. I,
Okay.
it's kind of difficult to
I feel like asylums just have a mix because you have people who actually were sick,
Yep,
and then you have people who weren't. They were just there because they weren't normal, back then.
for sure.
And then you have, criminals. You just have it all there, I feel. And then obviously, like, I'm in medical field, so like I love anything medical, and asylums always had, you know, they had doctors, they were doing medical procedures. So I like hospitals too.
For sure. So you would be more of like the empath sort of, you know, I guess kind of person. I don't want to say intuitive, because that would be leading into like psychic, clairvoyant, that sort of thing.
Right.
But you being in the medical field, I'm sure that means that you are definitely more empathic to people.
Correct. Yep. You have to have
Gotcha.
empathy. Yep.
I used to work in the medical field too, so I get it.
Yep, you have to. And like it's so sad because it feels like anymore like people just lack empathy in general. Not even in the healthcare field, just anywhere. And it's like we really need to have empathy.
Were you still working in the medical field during COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so was
Oh
I.
yeah.
Worst
Yeah.
3 years of my life.
Agreed. I was actually at the end of COVID, I was working at a VA hospital, and
Oh,
that hospital
wow.
was really, really scary. So, and that's when we were investigating too. Like, and I remember you're like, take a digital report. I'm like, I can't, like, I'm
Right?
working. But a part of my job, because I was second shift, I was the morgue. Like that was part of my responsibility. When the funeral home came, I had to go meet them like in the morgue and assist them. And like I used to get so scared because I was by myself, because it's second shift. And, I'm walking down this hall, looked like it was forever long, but it really wasn't. It's because it was, 8 o'clock at night, dark. I'm by myself, having to walk, in the cooler.
And I'm
I used
jealous.
to get so
Right?
scared.
I'm like, I'll go. Like, man.
Yeah.
One thing about
Hospital is just, well,
locations that we actually do target is I target places that have layers of history.
Sure, of course.
Like Crescent, that was a boys' reform school, was a prison.
prison.
Yep.
There's St. Albans in Virginia, which I'm pretty sure that's going to be on the 2027 list.
Yep.
That place has, so many layers, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yep. I'm actually having somebody come on here, I think in November 21st to be exact. They just got done with St. Albans. So that's going to be a major component to my interview with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to do that one. I would love to go to St. Albans. Absolutely. I want to go to Alcatraz. Like that for me
yes.
is up there for sure. And I can't believe you guys are going to go to Crescent. Like that is just next level for me.
We've been to Crescent. I only went once. You went twice.
Yeah. I've heard some of the loudest footsteps I've ever heard in my life on any investigation where I'm in the tunnels alone.
Oh man.
And
what was the guy's name there? The serial killer that had like his son go with him.
Oh boy, I don't know.
I don't remember the freaking story, but the name is,
I have no idea.
It is escaping the top of my head right now. I can picture him in my head.
There's just so much of that place though.
And those footsteps, I hung out down there in the tunnels. At first you hear something like this, you're like, there's no way in hell, like I'm hearing stuff. So I sat down there for another minute or two, and I said, hold up a second. I said, hang out here. I want to bring some of my friends down here so they can hear you.
Right.
And we walked down there, and I said, don't be shy. And this thing's, you hear it power walking towards us. And it was so loud, I was waiting to see a flashlight come around the corner of the tunnels. And there was no flashlight.
And then it sounded like it was above us too. So then the rest of us went out to like investigate where these tunnel systems are, like underground. It's a walk, like the walkway outside is over top the tunnel. That's how it's laid out at the chapel. Because we were in the chapel entrance, which is real. The chapel is creepy, and we're literally outside jumping, like running back and forth as loud as we can above him, like in the tunnels. He couldn't hear us at all.
That's crazy.
And it's like, how was there, like, it was so loud.
This was in the middle of the afternoon.
And now he can't hear us out here. Yeah.
I love the fact that you guys were trying to recreate something in order to try and debunk anything. I love that.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I carry a level with me. If we ever, like, we had a cat ball roll out into the hallway at Fairfield.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That.
And I carry a mini level with me, which it'll be going back to Fairfield with us next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm double checking it. You know, she had an EMF detector, a brand new one that I just got her that was her favorite.
Oh yeah, Whitehill.
And it flew off of a table. I know she didn't, because she knew what I paid for.
I literally sat it down and went to turn, and it broke, like the batteries came out. I was like, oh my gosh, if that thing is broken, because it's like a high-end EMF, like it's not the regular one. Like it only picks up like a cell phone. You put a cell phone near it, it won't even do anything. It has to be like really high for it to go off. And I couldn't believe that. I've never had something like throw something.
And then I snuck back into that room later on that night, and they're checking out the legs on the table. I checked out if the room wasn't level. Everything.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's
we
awesome.
can explain it.
Yeah, I mean,
and at least you went back and you did everything you could to make sure there was no reasonable explanation.
Yep.
Hats off to you, my friend.
We're going to be doing something like that with the same hallway at Fairfield, where we
Okay.
have reflective tape. When we sit down a cat ball, everything's gonna be marked, so
Yeah.
you're gonna know how far it moved.
That was crazy when you showed me the footage because we had no idea until he was he reviews, I create the videos that we post on
Sure.
socials. Now you create videos too, but I do the evidence videos. But
Gotcha.
he was reviewing it and it's like, oh my gosh, the cat ball literally, because we had like at each door, the other ones didn't move, and it came out like probably like 3 inches, like just rolled.
I've seen it light up
Yeah.
live, but I had no clue it moved.
Yeah. And it's like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, we're gonna wire that hallway for sound.
Oh yeah. Because that was
Do
very
it.
active.
I'm really surprised how many people have gotten activity with those cat balls. Apparently, they are very, good tools. And
They are. They're
in
cheap
yeah,
and they work because you literally have to like touch them to make them turn on.
yeah. And so I was looking for equipment, when I first got going with all this. I'm like, oh, I'll just buy all the equipment, whatever. And I was looking at those cat balls. I was like, $5 or $6. I was like, those are probably just toys that don't work. So I didn't order those. And then I'm talking to so many people. They're like, those are probably one of the best tools we have.
Yep.
I mean,
Blows my
they're
mind.
convenient.
I mean, the way we look at it too, because like it's hard, like after a long night, you're tired, not sleeping, you'll forget something. We leave a cat ball, I don't care. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like if
Right.
somebody
At least
steps on a
that's
cat
cheap.
ball, oh well.
Yep.
Right.
We got more. And
Darkness Rose. My fiance has been to both Alcatraz and the Queen Mary.
Awesome.
Queen Mary definitely on.
Jelly.
I would give
So
anything to go to
jelly.
the Queen Mary. I just did a video of that one not long ago too.
Queen Mary's iconic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I want to
definitely-
go there one day.
Another one with a child spirit that I
Mhm.
don't think is. Then again, I can't be certain. I don't know,
Right.
but I personally don't think it is.
I mean, a lot of these places, I mean, especially like the Sally House,
Yep.
there's no way in bleep that's a kid.
Oh, you
I
can
just- I
swear,
don't
man.
believe-
Welcome to my channel. You can say
I
whatever
think
you
we've been
want.
swearing. I was going to ask you, sorry.
Go, no. Welcome to my channel. Say whatever you want. I don't censor anybody.
Well,
Okay.
there's no way in hell that's a kid.
There you go, man.
There's no way. There's some
I don't
places.
think so either.
I mean, there's that have layers of history of children, children's abuse,
Right.
or a place like Rolling Hills that a child got dropped off. Roy, he was dropped off there as a kid, and they just never came back.
Yeah.
Wasn't he
messed up.
12 when he got dropped off? I think.
That's
I
so
thought
messed
so.
up.
You actually
Poor
mentioned
guy.
White Hill. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I am.
Yeah.
But you mentioned White Hill. That was another one that apparently there were like 3 or 4 children that I think died, in that home. And then it also had ties to, I believe, the mafia.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Because they did the bootlegging.
They had a speakeasy in the basement with a tunnel that ran out to the river, and I'm pretty sure the mob wasn't dropping barrels of liquor into that river.
No.
Don't you love, like, off the top of my head, like, just that knowledge that I recall? Oh my
White
god!
That's how
Hill.
you are.
White Hill
Right?
is one of those, how we were talking earlier, where we had nothing happen,
Our first time there, it was a total bust.
and then it snowed on the way
Interesting.
home.
Yeah, it was winter and we had a bad drive home, but we ended up going back and I'm glad we did because it was very active the second time.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
your book
Oh yeah.
REM pod going off.
I love Hocus Pocus,
Gotcha.
so he got me a REM pod of book. I'll say it like that, like her. It's like my favorite thing too. And because it's the REM pod, he's gonna get it and show you. Then it has a little like wand attached, and you can either touch the REM pod or the wand, and it goes off.
That makes me
You
feel
literally
so old.
have to be like right up on it, which we actually tested this too. Is I made a video like showing people how close you have to get for it to turn on.
Right.
Because it was just going. We had it up on the 3rd floor. See, look at it.
That's so cool.
It's book. And then that's all. I did fix it.
Dude, Hocus Pocus makes me feel so old.
I know, especially when they made the second one. I'm like, wait, the first one was how many years ago? It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
But come on, to make a second one, what, 30 some
I
years
know.
later? Like,
I know.
you're past its like prime of being okay to
But
do
it
that.
did really well. And I think they
Because-
did really well.
Because of our generation that fell
Yes.
in love with the movie 30 some years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Johnny
was
Clash,
starving.
what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Just like Boondock Saints, they had the first one and then crickets for 15 years.
It's how I felt with Super Troopers, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
after, right? I'm aging myself. Like, I am that old. I was at work yesterday and I told one of my coworkers, I was like, oh, I'm almost 40 years old. She just stared at me. She's like, I was like, I know, it's because I'm short. I get it.
So
I know, like, I don't know how we're as old as we are.
the
I'm like,
book-
that was like 10 years ago. I'm like, wait, no, it wasn't.
the wand on that REM pod book, it actually extends the
Yeah.
capabilities. Like it cover a whole doorway pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing is Etsy, $100.
I love Etsy. Don't give me Etsy, because then, yeah, you might as well just take my wallet at that point. Like,
Oh yeah.
They do have some good stuff.
so
They
I
do.
wanted to ask you guys, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm
No,
sorry
It's
about that.
good.
I wanted to ask before we even got like started going into anything, where did the name The Unknown Project come from?
I think you created it.
Um,
You're more creative like that.
we were talking about, different names or whatnot.
When we did the socials, when Ange made the socials for us.
And I said, since we don't want to be relegated to where we just hunt ghosts, because
Sure.
I'm a big believer in cryptids.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
I said, so this is our paranormal project, but it's unknown where we're headed and what we're going to do, because we want the versatility and flexibility to investigate anything.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, because you want to go Bigfoot in so bad.
Well, Bigfooting, or there's like a bunch of sightings within 2 hours of where we live. The last one was by a retired Air Force officer, daylight.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You like cryptids too?
I'm getting more and more into each, like, area of anything unexplained.
Yep, because there's a lot.
yeah. I mean, anybody that thinks that humanity knows everything about this world,
No.
you're a few sandwiches short of a picnic if that's what you believe.
Picnic. So that is actually why in my videos, right in the very beginning of every video, that I say that I am here to investigate history, mysteries, legends, and hauntings. So that way I am not like put into that bubble of just paranormal.
Yep.
Yep, because we caught something on footage years ago by accident.
Oh yeah.
We were on vacation testing out a camera, and we caught something in the night sky that we have no clue what it was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then turns out where we were at on vacation, somebody had sightings within like 3 miles of where we were at.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that was, I still can't explain it.
Yeah, something hovering and something brighter than the stars hovering and then proceeding to move faster than anything else in the sky.
Yeah.
And
That's
significant.
interesting.
And then stopping and hovering right there.
And then it just disappeared.
Interesting. I had an experience not long ago. Now, I'll be honest, I was never like the UFO sort of, person that was like, oh yeah, UFO is completely what it is, whatever. I was outside taking my dogs out one night and I looked up and there was something darker than the actual sky. And the problem for me was this thing had 0 lights on it. It was triangular in shape, and I can see other, airplanes, helicopters, whatever's in the sky has lights on it. I can see those for miles away. This thing had nothing on it, and it was right above me.
I've seen that on, want to say it's, I know it's Dave Politis has a documentary, and it's like the missing 411 UFO connection.
Okay.
I watched that, and there was a guy that I think it was the second case on there. Him and his friends were hunting in Idaho, backwoods, nobody around for miles, and every one of them witnessed a triangle shaped craft hover above where they were at.
Isn't that interesting that it's all kind of the same kind of sighting?
It's similar craft, it's not
Right?
your standard saucer,
Right?
which, I believe all of it is, well, just about every person that I encounter that says, I seen something, like, I wasn't there with you, I can't disprove it.
Exactly.
I'll take you at your word, and hopefully one day I'm lucky enough to see what you saw.
Right, exactly. I think we all kind of have that sort of mentality in any sort of paranormally active location. Had we not experienced it, we can only go off from what we are either told or shown. We have not experienced that.
Yep. And I implore everyone to, don't take my word for it or anyone else's word for it. Go and answer your questions yourself. Because
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, that's literally why we started doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Is we had no intent on putting out content or being on socials. We had questions. We wanted to, find the answers for ourselves.
For sure. I
And,
like that.
if socials ended tomorrow, we would still be doing what we're doing now.
Absolutely. We're not doing this for that purpose. It is just a part of it that we want to be able to, connect with other people that are, sharing this same interest and hobby. I don't want to call it a hobby anymore. Same passion that we have for the unexplained.
Yeah, we've met a lot of good folks on social, so we are like blessed for
Definitely.
that, because
Absolutely.
we tend to collaborate. We're never going to be a group that's going to get large. It's just
Right.
going to be her and I.
Yeah.
But we have set groups, and of course, if I know somebody personally, and I'm going to Colorado to investigate, guess who's going to get a line dropped? Hey, I'm coming to your backyard to play. What are you doing?
This
Yeah.
guy. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely don't hang out in anyone else's backyard without letting them know.
oh, it's all good. Come on out, man. More the merrier. So, is there anything coming up for you guys that we should all be kind of on the lookout for?
So we have Fairfield County Infirmary this Friday, the
Ooh,
28th. It's our second time. Well, our first time was last May, so we finally went. And Blue Ball Inn,
Yes, Halloween night,
Halloween night,
at the Blue Ball Inn,
and Fort Ontario,
Fort Ontario,
okay.
October
3rd.
3rd.
What a name for a place. Sorry.
I know, right?
They had me on the name, and then I started looking up the history, and
And it's close to us. It's not that far.
less than 2 hours from us, and we've never investigated on actually Halloween.
Nope.
So to be able to go live,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if, there is anything to the veil being thinner on that night.
We're going to
For
find out, I
sure.
guess.
For sure.
Fort Ontario is exciting too, because that's a new one to us.
Yes, that's
Is that local or
New York.
yep, Oswego,
Okay.
New York. If I'm
Oswego?
pronouncing it,
Oswego.
I know I'm close.
Oh, you're good, man.
And then Tala, November 8th. That's
Okay,
it,
so you
right?
guys are going back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna pull a solo where we got growled at. I'm gonna
You always
take
do
some
something.
balls, man. I love it.
Well,
I
this thing's
love it.
it's gonna take a lot to get me to leave that hallway. I
Imagine.
think she thinks it's something dark. I think it's a coward
And when
that was a punk in life and
Like-
is a punk in death.
Let's clarify that though. When
Sometimes.
I say dark, that doesn't mean the D word because I
No,
really
no,
feel
I
like those are very rare. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's used way too often in this field
Yeah.
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
And so
I
like
think
I
that there
just feel
can
like
be, yeah,
whatever that is in the basement, is it negative? Yeah, negative in life, negative
yeah,
afterlife. That's how I believe.
absolutely. There can definitely be, people that were just horrible, like prisons,
Yep. Yep.
that sort of thing. I mean, those people weren't great,
Yep.
and so therefore that was just who they were.
Yep.
It's just a theory. Like it's not like anyone that was an a-hole and an asshole in life. You're gonna all of a sudden gain a conscience and be nice. No, you're gonna be an asshole in death too.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
if you spent your life being an asshole, like you had to in certain locations, and so
Yep.
therefore you couldn't show weakness.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep. So we'll definitely be testing that theory out because I'm gonna read some Bible verses to it and find out if I can peck a fight.
Latin.
After
Do
I'm
Latin, see
done.
what happens.
Last hour of the night.
Right?
Yep, I'll let you there last.
Well,
Oh,
right
and
on.
I'll be there to the very last minute.
Sounds good. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your guys' day, coming and talking to me. I really, really appreciate it. It
Thanks for
means so
having
much to
us.
me.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Anytime. I'm honored that anybody would want to come and sit down with me because I'm kind of nobody in this field.
Yeah, but you know what? You know your history, you really do. So
And I'd take somebody that knows their history. I don't care if you have 0 followers.
yep.
You know what you know, and that's respect. Respect.
Appreciate that, man. I
But
really,
thanks
really
for
appreciate you
having us. It
guys.
was good talking to you.
It was
Yeah,
definitely a
you
good
guys
time.
too. All right. Well, I would love to have you guys come back after you've, gone to some of these locations so that way we can have another conversation about it.
Of
Sounds
course. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, you just let us know when.
Yep.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. We're going to get wrapped up here today. Thank you all so much for being with us. Greatly appreciated. Another thank you to the Unknown Project. And we'll catch y'all next time.